Princess very far outside. Yeah, baby, she is gonna do it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darren Dunn. I'm Chief Executive Officer here at Assiniboia Downs Racetrack. On behalf of my fellow Senior Manager, Sharon Gullius, our management team here, our Board of Directors, we thank you for joining us for the virtual tradition of the post position draw for the Manitoba Derby. The 73rd edition goes to post on Monday evening. Before we do begin, though, we respectfully acknowledge that we are on Treaty 1 territory here at Assiniboia Downs, original land of the Cree, Ojibwe, Dene, and Dakota peoples, and homeland of the Métis Nation. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past and dedicate ourselves to moving forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration. Before we get underway with a look at the contenders for Monday's main event, I want to proudly take a moment and take you back, reflect on the race from last year, and recognize and remind you of the horse who came out on top in this challenging annual race here at Assiniboia Downs with no fans in the stands, of course. Here are the final moments of that race and the winner, Mongolian Win, in the 2020 Manitoba Derby, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries.
1:14.4. Mongolian Wind is gonna lead the field for the stretch run in the Derby. Mongolian Wind with the lead. To the outside, Mr. Unusual, Relentless, Something Natural is not gonna do it today. These two to the wire. Mongolian Wind, Mr. Unusual, Mongolian Wind takes the 72nd running of the Manitoba Derby. Mr. Unusual in second, and third to Something Natural.
And ladies and gentlemen, just before we get to the horses for our premier event of the racing season, we want to acknowledge the connections of each horse collectively. The trainers and their staff, the grooms, the exercise riders, everybody who works so hard and so diligently down at the barn. Certainly the jockeys who are included in this elite group and carry that pressure on their shoulders live while we watch from the stands, if you will. And very importantly, the owners of the horses. They're the ones who have truly stepped up and with their best efforts created this opportunity for themselves. So a big thumbs up to the owners, and congratulations in advance to everybody involved in this race. We look forward to a safe and very exciting race on Monday. And now it's time to recognize the tradition that is the Manitoba Derby for the incredible 73rd time. Back to the first running as listed in your press kits there, if you follow along. 1930 featured the first edition of the Manitoba Derby. Number 73 goes Monday night as the tradition continues here at Assiniboia Downs. It's now time to introduce you to that field of horses for Monday's Manitoba Derby, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. We're so pleased to tell you that we have assembled a starting gate maximum. 12 horses will go to post. There's never a guarantee as to how many will ever enter this race, or any stakes race for that matter, but we're so very pleased that our decision to return the prize money or purse money for the Manitoba Derby to $100,000 has been met with such interest and certainly such enthusiasm. And to that point, we want to recognize and thank our racing department, who worked so diligently as well to assist in getting our field together for Monday, and certainly our overall team here at Assiniboia Downs, who extends every effort they can to recognize and welcome those that point their horses to us, whether locally or from abroad. Please feel free to now follow along in your press kits and on the television monitors. Ladies and gentlemen, we have assembled a very wide open field and a very competitive, talent-laden field from far and wide to showcase their skills on Monday. And we begin in alphabetical order as we go through the field with Cozy Bear, the first entrant. Hailing from Western Canada, Cozy Bear is from the Tom Rycroft stable, a winner of 2 races in his young career and a solid 7 for 12 in the money. Cozy Bear has earnings now approaching $50,000. The California-bred gelding shows a preference for a distance of ground, having won at 7.5 furlongs at Turf Paradise in Arizona, and then producing a 1-mile score at Los Alamitos Racecourse in California. He has a strong off-the-pace style and will be one to watch for late down the long Assiniboia Downs stretch. Jockey Andre Martin, based out of Alberta, will be in the saddle on Monday. Here's a look at Cozy Bear.
Can Do being eased down at the tail end of the field. They begin to turn into the home stretch, a furlong and a half to go. JJ's Crown in the red colours, an arrow leader to Cozy Bear in second. Nova Star looking for the split between horses, a length and a half adrift. Then comes Warrior's Hero closing on the outside, inside the final furlong. JJ's Crown, an arrow leader to Cozy Bear. 3 wide, Warrior's Hero still taking the plunge at the 2 leaders, but it's Cozy Bear who goes on to win. Warrior's Hero in a head bob with JJ's Crown second and third.
Next up is Etu Babu, a locally based addition to the Manitoba Derby for part owner and trainer Cal Britton. Etu Babu has the kind of breeding that stands out for capturing races at a long distance of ground. The Kentucky bred by Speitster out of a Tabasco Cat mare found the winner's circle for the first and only time late last year in the very competitive Kentucky thoroughbred racing circuit as he won at Turfway Park. The distance of that race, ladies and gentlemen, 1 mile, so he can get a route of ground. He has strong experience over the local oval, having raced at Assiniboia Downs already 4 times in 2021. He's another who prefers that off-the-pace style and will be looking for the early speed of the race to hopefully back up, in his case, potentially opening the door for an opportunity late for Etu Babu. Here's a look at his skills.
Top of the home stretch. Here comes Upstart Gentleman. Meanwhile, Cuz is pushing his way out. He's out in the 4 path as they straighten away to the top of the home stretch. They've got to get to Upstart Gentleman. Meanwhile, on the outside, here comes E2 Babu. E2 Babu is with all the momentum down the stand side with a 16th to go. E2 Babu just going right on by Upstart Gentleman as they race down towards the line. The stretch out was the key here. E2 Babu punched home by 2. Upstart Gentleman was second. Cuz.
And next up is Flash of Glory, an improving Kentucky-bred gelding who carries the hopes of the locally based owners, True North Thoroughbreds, and smartly trained by Michael Nault. Flash of Glory pulled off the upset in the prep for the Manitoba Derby when he rallied from off the pace to win the $35,000 Derby trial by a neck, returning $24.10 to those who backed him with their wallet that day. No stranger to the winner's circle, he has already 3 wins in his 14-race career. In addition to the stakes score in the Derby trial, he posted back-to-back victories in early 2021 at Turf Paradise in Phoenix, Arizona. Top stakes rider Stanley Shady will handle the reins on Monday. Here's a look at Flash of Glory.
Glory coming from way back on the far outside with a chance. Major Shepherd is responding. On the far outside, Warrior's Hero and Flash of Glory. Major Shepherd, Flash of Glory in between horses. Stone Cafe, noses at the wire between Flash of Glory and Stone Cafe here in the Derby trial. Ladies and
well, we can only hope for a finish as close as the Derby trial in the Manitoba Derby on Monday. Next up is Major Shepherd, a 3-year-old Kentucky-bred gelding conditioned by the veteran hands of Kenneth Amthor. One of the more seasoned entrants on Monday, Major Shepherd has 7 lifetime starts. And the results, how about never being beaten in all 7 races by more than 3 3/4 of a length? So in other words, he's game and he's very competitive. Known for his sharp early foot, he may try and take this field gate to wire, and something that he almost did in the Derby trial, where he led throughout before giving way late to lose by only 3/4 of a length in that tight finish we just watched. What happened next? Well, it was a return 9 days later to the racetrack, and it was a return right to the winner's circle for Major Shepherd. Richard Mangley, 5th in the Assiniboia Downs standings, gets the call in the saddle. Here's a look at Major Shepherd.
in between horses. To the far outside, Call the Cops. They've got 4 lengths on a rallying Exide Kid and Peb on the far outside. They hit the head of the lane. The leader, Major Shepherd, Call the Cops, relentless in the pursuit on the outside. Peb is making a late rally inside the 16th pole. Major Shepherd trying to hang on, and it looks like he's gonna do it. Very close for a second as Peb.
Next up is Midnight Salute. A powerful performance in his last start set up this son of champion sprinter Midnight Loot for Monday's Manitoba Derby. And though his father was a champion sprinter, he was sired by route specialist Real Quiet, who of course won the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness Stakes at a great distance of ground. When you add in a Harlan's Holiday influence on the dam side, Midnight Salute has the credentials, certainly on paper, to handle Monday's challenging 1 1/8 distance as well. Prior to his recent winning effort, he tested Stakes Company in the Golden Boy here locally at Assiniboia Downs and finished a very respectable 4th after a troubled trip throughout in multiple points of that race. Conditioned by former Assiniboia Downs leading trainer Shelley Brown and featuring Sheldon Chickeness in the saddle, here is Midnight Salute.
The lead, but here comes the favorite. Midnight Salute with dead aim on the outside as they hit the head of the lane. XI Kid. Midnight Salute now looks him in the eye and is coasting on by here at the 16th pole. Midnight Salute pulling away and gonna win by 4. XI Kid a good second. Nothing but a blur third.
And next up is Mr. Snickers. First and foremost, the pedigree of this horse also jumps off the page as it relates to the ability to run a distance of ground. Sired by the mighty route specialist, Belmont Stakes winner Empire Maker. And a quick reminder to all that the Belmont Stakes is contested at 1.5 miles. So the immediate ability for Mr. Snickers to transition back to running a route of ground certainly successfully should be there, though his early efforts did not display what is likely actually under the hood. Horses for courses offering, if you will, on Monday. It is clear that the Kentucky bred has an affinity for Assiniboia Downs. In his local debut, he made very short work of a maiden allowance field with a powerful rally from the off the pace to score going away. Next up was a contested stretch battle that saw him just miss in No Tag Allowance Company here locally. Conditioned by a very hot trainer who sits second in the Assiniboia Downs standings in Jared Brown. At the helm in the saddle will be Nerone Austin. Here's a look at Mr. Snickers.
G's Poppy Warrior, Mr. Snickers makes a 3-wide bid through a half in 48-1. Not a doctor looking for space on the rail. They hit the lane, and it's XI Kid with the lead. Mr. Snickers now goes on by a late rally. Not a doctor. Mr. Snickers is going to get it done in here. Mr. Snickers by 3. Not a doctor finishing second.
And now we take a look at Myopic. This lightly raced colt brings from an undefeated distance specialist Candy Ride as his sire. And he really has the least amount of experience coming into the Manitoba Derby on Monday. But his powerful ownership group based out of Alberta thinks he brings the most talent against that lack of experience. They stepped up recently to purchase this horse for $200,000 US. Trained by the Manitoba Derby master, Robertino Diodoro, he has owned this race as a conditioner, having won 3 of the last 5 renditions of the Manitoba Derby. In fact, Diodoro's Derby win record with those 3 ties him for the all-time record with Gil Roundtree, and a record that Robertino Diodoro hopes to own all by himself when the dirt settles on Monday evening. Myopic scorched the field in his last start, a maiden allowance effort at Indiana Grand Racetrack, winning by an eye-catching 6 lengths in strong wire-to-wire fashion. Jorge Carreno, the leading rider here at Assiniboia Downs on Myopic on Monday. Robertino Diodoro, again, tries to become the winningest trainer in Manitoba Derby history Monday, and we'll see if he can do that. Here's a quick look at Myopic.
Passes that one, and New Year's Surprise trails the field as they arrive at the top of the stretch, and it's Myopic who comes off the turn, leading by 7 lengths over Captain Fantastic. To the outside of Kid Shaleen for second. K Rules in fourth, but with a final furlong to go, Myopic is in charge. Myopic widens the lead to about 8.5, 9 lengths over Captain Fantastic. It's Myopic victorious. Captain Fantastic second.
And next up is Stone Cafe. One of the two entrants from Assiniboia Downs leading trainer Jerry Gorno, and one of the few in the field who has already an impressive stakes win to his credit. Owned by the top connections of Henry Witt Jr. of Texas, it appears this 3-year-old has been pointed to the Downs' pinnacle race of the season since he was purchased in early May. A winner in late February of a $75,000 stakes race at Sam Houston Racecourse. He has 2 starts already over the local oval here at Assiniboia Downs. A solid 3rd place finish in the $35,000 Golden Boy Stakes was followed up by a mere 2-length defeat in the recent Derby trial 3 weeks after the Golden Boy. Leroy Nelson, currently 3rd in the jockey standings here at Assiniboia Downs, has the mount on Monday. Here's a look at Stone Cafe.
Texas Prado, Island Sun and the Green Silks is moving forward there 3 wide. Carbon Strikers trying to re-rally. Stone Cafe continues to be very wide. Island Sun kicks for home. It's Island Sun with a nose in front. Here comes Dustum, who was at the back of the pack after hopping at the start, but Stone Cafe is your new leader. It's Stone Cafe in front. Going to have to hold off the stablemate Dustum. Dustum is rolling to the outside. Stone Cafe going to have to try and hold off Dustum. Stone Cafe will do it by a full length. Dustum runs on for second.
And next up is Uncharacteristic, another lightly raced horse who joins the full competitive field on Monday. You may need to only look no further than the trainer of this horse to understand why the horse is here and why he needs to be strongly considered as a contender Monday evening. Conditioned by Robert Van Overschot. Just take a moment, check your press kit and the list of historical winners of the Manitoba Derby, and go back to 2002. A horse by the name of Lord Shogun won the Manitoba Derby that year. The trainer, the very same Robert Van Overschot. He returns with a developing young talent based out of Hastings Park in Vancouver in Uncharacteristic. A sharp late season claim in 2020. He has produced 2 strong second place finishes for his new connections. After a 2021 debut in the claiming ranks, he was quickly elevated to top allowance company, and he did not disappoint with a very spirited second place finish. Freshened and ready for his best effort on Monday, jockey Alexander Marti has flown in to ride. Here's a look at Uncharacteristic.
Magic and Devaldo. They've reached the fire turn, and it is Uncharacteristic on the outside with the lead by a half. At the rail, Southern Last Tuxedo's on the outside. Richards Command is starting to close ground as they turn for home. It's Uncharacteristic with the lead. And down the lane they come, Uncharacteristic by 3/4 of a length. Richards Command is closing in the center. Uncharacteristic, Richards Command, Southern Last. Uncharacteristic to win it. It'll be Richards Command.
Next up in the field, we take a look at Warrior's Hero. This California-bred gelding shares the most seasoning or experience, if you will, in the race with fellow competitor Flash of Glory, as his resume sports 14 lifetime starts. A very strong campaigner at a distance of ground, the son of a strong routing sire, will certainly relish the opportunity to test again that challenging 1 1/8 Derby distance on Monday. He sports 2 career wins and an in-the-money percentage already greater than 50%. In the very capable hands of multiple stakes-winning trainer Stephen Gaskin, the local debut for Warrior's Hero served notice that he is a threat to potentially grab the winning laurels on Monday. After a measured stalking trip in the Derby trial, he rallied sharply to finish 3rd and only beaten the neck for the victory. Multiple Assiniboia Downs leading rider Antonio Whitehall will carry the riding honors, looking for his first Manitoba Derby win in the saddle. Here's Warrior's Hero.
In the turn into the home stretch with a furlong and a half to go. The 3/4 went by in 1:12.44. Warrior's Hero and Caven Serrano set sail for the wire. From JJ's Crown beginning to toil in second. Ride for Glorious shot its bolt in third. Down inside the final furlong. JJ's Crown on the grandstand side, a renewed effort. Warrior's Hero on the far side sticking to his guns. It's Warrior's Hero and Caven Serrano now extending away. They win by 3 parts of a length. JJ's Crown over the line second, 2 to 3.
And now we move on to Witt's Taquito, the second offering from the powerful combination of owner Henry Witt Jr. and leading trainer Jerry Gorno. Witt's Taquito almost blew up the tote board in his local debut here at Assiniboia Downs, the Derby trial, where he narrowly missed scoring the victory by just a mere neck and at odds of close to 20 to 1. While a repeat of the effort on Monday should be expected, the mutual ticket price will certainly not be the same. Bred by his owner, Witt's Taquito has 2 lifetime scores to his credit, and both on the very tough Texas racing circuit, including a first lifetime win in another 12-horse field, so he is no stranger to a full gate. Rafael Zantino gets the call in the saddle. Here is Wits Taquito.
Inside, up to the outside comes Brother Robert. Then a 3-length break to Moro Trump, El Chocolate, and BJ's Arch. They're off the turn, and Brother Robert going well on the outside. Brother Robert has taken over the lead from Wits Taquito. And down on the inside, Handsome Lad, followed by Moro Trump in fourth. Final 16th of a mile. And Wits Taquito comes on again on the inside of Brother Robert, and Wits Taquito is going to outlast them here. Wits Taquito a neck to Brother Robert. Handsome Lad flattened to third.
And the final entrant is Euro Silver Biz, a horse hailing from the barn of up-and-coming young trainer Devin Gittens. Euro Silver Biz already has the tactical advantage, if you will, of having 4 starts locally here over the Assiniboia Downs surface. Purchased out of the high-end competitive New York racing market in late spring, this Florida-bred Grey Gelding has to date shown speed to burn. The potentially early pace setter in the Derby, it will be up to veteran jockey Caleb Pizzero to find a way to have his best saved for last in the long Assiniboia Downs stretch. He is not untested at a distance, though, having previously raced at a mile and very competitively. His lone lifetime win was at the prestigious Aqueduct Racetrack in the aforementioned New York, and while he's still looking for a chance to enter the winner's circle at Assiniboia Downs, he has already shown his heart and his courage with multiple second-place finishes here locally, including a second in the Proven Reserve Stakes in early June. Here's a look at Euro Silver Biz.
On the outside and just in behind the front runners, Mr. JT. They come off the turn and enter the stretch. And it is Euro Silver Biz who has the lead now. Euro Silver Biz in front over Mr. JT. Warfront Fighter on the outside. And down towards the rail, it is Sinishak. Euro Silver Biz has the lead, a 16th out. Mr. JT on the outside, Warfront Fighter, one last chance. Euro Silver Biz is the winner. Close for second.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There are the contestants for Monday's 73rd running of the Manitoba Derby. That gate-full 12-horse field will be set to go again. First post time 7:30. It's now time to complete the official draw for the post positions for Manitoba's Derby. For that honor, we are very pleased to call on 2 local and longtime supporters of Assiniboia Downs. They form a husband and wife team in the backstretch and on the racetrack with their stable of horses and are positioned in the top 10 trainer rankings here at Assiniboia Downs. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvin and Deb Buffalo will assist with the draw alongside our wonderful Derby belle, Francine Fournier. So let's now begin with the first entry poll. Deb, please.
E2, Babu.
Six.
E2 Babu, a previous winner at Turfway Park. Post position number 6.
Uncharacteristic.
Five.
Uncharacteristic, the Hastings Park entrant who will try and give his trainer Robert Van Overshot his second Manitoba Derby win, will break from post position number 5.
Wits Taquito.
Four.
Wits Taquito, one of 2 going to post for the winning combination of Gorno and Witt, will break on Monday from post position number 4.
Mr. Snickers.
Eleven.
Mr. Snickers, the son of Belmont Stakes winner Empire Maker, breaks from the outside, post position number 11 for Mr. Snickers.
Flash of Glory.
Ten.
Flash of Glory, the Derby Trial Stakes winner, breaks from post position number 10.
Stone Cafe.
Two.
The Sam Houston Premium Stakes winner already, Stone Cafe, breaks towards the inside from post position number 2.
Midnight Salute.
Well bred to handle the Manitoba Derby distance, Midnight Salute captures the outside post position number 12.
Myopic.
Three.
The $200,000 purchase who can send trainer Robertina Diodoro into the record books. Myopic breaks from post position number 3.
Euro Silver Biz.
Eight.
Originally based out of New York, Euro Silver Biz will break from post position number 8.
Cozy Bear.
One.
Western Canada Alberta entrant Cozy Bear breaks from the rail, post position number 1.
Major Shepherd.
Seven.
A horse who comes into the race off a winning effort, Major Shepherd breaks from post position number 7.
Warrior's Hero.
9.
The multiple winning California bred Warrior's Hero breaks from post position number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, the field is now set in the starting gate for Monday afternoon and the 73rd running of the Manitoba Derby. To the media, I would be very pleased to provide any additional commentary you may require. Simply reach out to ddunn@asdowns.com. That's ddunn@asdowns.com. Thank you again for joining us today. It was our absolute pleasure to bring you virtually the tradition that is the post position draw for the Manitoba Derby, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. Our absolute best wishes go out to all of the horses, the jockeys, the trainers, the ownership connections for Monday's Manitoba Derby. Thanks again for being with us. We hope to see you here at Assiniboia Downs on Monday. First post is 7:30. Bye for now.